Welcome. This is to give you an introduction about my new ambitious course titled Investor Psychology based on AI analysis. Okay, what is this course about? Course code is BIZ2031, which is for both business majors and global business majors in undergraduate SKKU, and I open it up to all majors in SKKU. Also, half of my students, I want it to be international exchange students, half of my students to be Korean students, so that you will be able to talk to each other in English and make friends a lot, and then break ice breaking, okay? And then this is your last chance to make good friends among yourselves, right? In your life, I tell you, okay? Young blood, get together and make friends. That's it. Also, not just having fun, but also I want you to do financial modeling together with it, and then solidify your understanding about financial economics together with it. Also, behavioral finance, which means the investor psychology. No exam in this class, right? No exam. That's great. But that means there will be final project, which takes up 50% of your grade. I want you to develop the quantitative trading strategy or replicate an academic research paper. What do you mean replicating? Well, following the footstep of the great scholars about financial economics and behavioral finance, follow and then see if you can get similar results as they say in their paper. Why is it important? Because hedge funds and the quantitative trading, these are really based on a state-of-the-art academic research paper in a global scale. Top journals or top conferences, sexy ideas go on, and that is a great opportunity for you to make money. Okay, so to be able to work for quantitatively driven hedge funds, you will be able to replicate these ideas over there. For that purpose, you not only need to understand the key concepts of financial economics, you need to understand the basics of behavioral economics and finance, and also you need to have some quantitative modeling skills, right? Which means coding, okay? Based on AI or non-AI, it doesn't matter. It's more about financial modeling in this class, right? So that's something you could combine through this project, 50% of your grade. More detail, let's discuss it face to face in my class, right? Come and see me, okay? Take the courage, take the risk. I want to see if you are courageous enough. And for that purpose, well, midterm, okay, no exam, but I want you to write a proposal and talk to me face to face and see where you are going. Are you going okay? Or should you change your direction? That kind of things. I have to give you some feedback, okay, face to face. That's the thing. Now, I strongly encourage you to take this class with my investments class, BUS 2007, concurrently this semester. Why? These two are back to back with each other in the same classroom, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday. Of course, you can take this course on a standalone basis, but there would be much more synergy if you take them together. Why? Because we plan to have a Bloomberg Terminal Education session at Media Asset Center 1 building in the second week of the semester. And that will be an English lecture by the expert in the industry. Bloomberg, what's so big about it? We're going to talk about it later. But remember the logistics. You are in SKKU campus. Media Asset Center 1 building is in Ulchiro. To go there, it takes more than 30 minutes, and coming back another 30 minutes, okay? You need enough of time. Remember, in Tuesday class, one single class is just 1.5 hours, right? And then this session in and of itself is just 1 hour. Logistically, 30 minutes, you need 2 hour block for that, okay? So if you take only one of these classes, maybe you will have a hard time getting into that Bloomberg session, okay? So that's one reason I strongly encourage you to take two classes together simultaneously so that you will have enough of time block. And there are additional reasons I strongly encourage you to take these two classes together. But let me move on to this class purpose, okay, first, and then we'll get back to this Bloomberg idea later. Through this course, I want you to be able to learn about investor psychology. Oh, the mind, okay? What kind of personality do I have? Does it have anything to do with my investment style? Okay. Moreover, if you are the CEO, the leader of the company, does your psychological trait have anything to do with effect on your management style, M&As, and then the investment style? Okay. We're going to study that part. By the way, what do you mean, Psy over here? Is that the Psy Gangnam Style, baby? And that is precisely why I say it. And that is my paper, my research paper that made me famous about, right? In a Bloomberg interview and things like that. Because I have a paper about his Gangnam Style and how it affected the stock market in Korea, especially the stock his father manages, right? A semiconductor company, bubble and crash. And then the attention-driven bubble and crash. And that attention-driven bubble, Temaju, right? Theme stock, bubble and crash. Well, this is the name of the game for Korean investors. So how do we quantify those degree of attention? Many, many creative ways are there, and I want you to explore that and then realize it, replicate those things in this semester. Okay, that's the thing. And then number two, make many international and Korean friends through teamwork, and presentation. Okay. And every class, I'm going to encourage you strongly, stimulate you, and to talk to each other, and then talk to the whole classroom and express your opinion. You may feel embarrassed in the first time, in the first couple of weeks. Don't worry. Your pronunciation, I don't care. We all break English together. What do you mean break English? Korean speaks Konglish, broken English in Korean style. Singaporean students speak Singlish, Singaporean broken English, and Japanese students speak Janglish, and that's Japanese style. Everybody has their own version of breaking English. So it's break it together. Break it, baby, break it, break it. So that's it. Okay? Let's have fun breaking English together and be friends, make friends. And then our sole purpose is to solidify our understanding about investor psychology, finance, and then modeling together with it. So that's the third part. And fourth, learn. I want you to learn and do financial modeling using Excel, Python, LLM, and GPT, Grok, or whatever LLM you want to do. Okay? It depends on your creativity. Okay? And number five, either replicate an academic research paper in finance or develop your own quant trading strategy and back test it. Through this, you will learn to discuss, this project. What is this about, right? Why do we need this painful project? Well, A, discuss the basic concept of finance, economics, and statistics verbally in English. Okay. Now, this is a generation of AI invasion. AI, LLM makes you stupid. Okay. Initially, you may think, oh, I'm getting smarter. Okay. I don't need to think, which means I'm getting stupider. Okay. To prevent that kind of situation, what do I have to do? Meet you offline and then force you to speak up. Tell me on the spot what you have in your mind. Verbal skill gets more important to prove yourself. Okay. Written essays, I don't trust it. Okay. MCQ, multiple choice questions, and then all these kind of things, maybe okay, but that's incomplete because that does not encourage you, and that does not multiple choice questions. That does not help you in developing your what is that? The understanding and then the delivering your communication part of your understanding. Okay. So I strongly, enforce this face-to-face communication directly, presentation, all these kind of things. It's going to be painful if you don't like it. But if you're accustomed to Korean style of education, which never asks you to speak up, This is a totally different one. And this is totally a breakthrough, I think, okay, for your success, for your very success, okay? Not me, but you, okay, in your career. And then don't think that you are going to take this class at the final stage of your career, the school. At the final year of, senior year, you're going to do it, and then you're going to have a job successfully. No, I want you to take this course when you are second year or even first year. Okay? Why? Because you need internship. Okay? Internship needs interviews and more aggressive interviews, like going through this kind of process. Okay? You to take the courage to take this course earlier the better. Okay? Right now. Don't delay it. And then what's next? Propose your research idea. Yes, and propose your research ideas in a clear, simple, and confident manner in English. I'm going to also advise you about your, non-verbal skills as well. And then C, set up testable hypothesis based on your original curiosity. What do you mean hypotheses? you know, it's about the prediction, academic prediction, about theoretical prediction about what's going to happen. How can you make money, by the way, in finance, right? Is there any room for you to make money above and beyond the benchmark of risk and return, right? If you find that kind of opportunities, you have a goal, you will become a millionaire, a billionaire. And that depends on the hypothesis that you test. And your hypothesis has to be based on solid understanding of financial economics, right? So this is not something that you can do in one shot, okay? But repeatedly, you just have to argue your way out and then get you have to challenge me and I'll have to challenge you too. Okay. You will bullshit a lot when you propose your hypothesis and research idea. I will give you some feedback about it. Okay. And then it's going to be like more argument based classes in that sense. Okay. I know most of the Korean students will hate that kind of argument in the first place because we are not educated that way. Whereas, other cultures, right? Wall Street culture, they are more argument based. So we will try to make it that way. Please don't get freaked out. Okay. I am in your situation too. I'm not comfortable at arguing too much, but in our way, we will try to develop and then develop some solid, economically testable hypothesis together, and then handle big data in finance and accounting. Okay. So we have been playing with big data anyway. Okay. We have a set of standard big data. I want you to master those things first. Okay. And then we'll move on to unconventional data. But we have enough of big data already in our hand. You just don't know where it is and don't know how to work with it, play with it. I'm going to make you familiarize yourself with these data. Write solid program, Python codes to conduct empirical research, right? And interpret the test results and confirm your economic intuition. That's what you're going to do throughout this semester. Huge one. I know, but it's going to be very exciting and rewarding throughout your career. And if your purpose is to tour around Korea and Asia, skipping like class many times, drop now. This is not for you. Okay. But if you are serious about academic studies, and this is the one. Okay. And then making friends with Korean students, this is the one. Lifelong lasting. Okay. I guarantee you in that sense. This is me, Andy Kim, and I manage my YouTube channel, Dr. Finance. Go ahead and like and subscribe. 사랑해요, right? Right away, right now. Prerequisite, financial management, statistics, and math basics. You should be familiar with such concepts as time value of money. I assume that you already know about present value and NPV, net present value, IRR, okay, and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to teach you them. Okay. If you're not familiar with those things, YouTube contents are, so many of them are there. So go ahead and watch and do it with your hands. Get your hands dirty. Okay? Get your hands dirty. G-Y-H-D. G-Y-H-D. Get your hands dirty. That is the only way you can do it. I don't believe in online teaching, but getting your hands dirty, you will drill down, drill baby drill, and then you will master those things and come back here. Okay? Before the semester starts, do it. It's doable. It's not that difficult. Okay? Statistics and mathematics, right? Basic statistics that you learned in your high school. Average, mean, right? And then standard deviation, variance, and then covariance, correlation coefficient, right? And then t-tests, right? How did you do that? And if you have, that's a basic. I'm not going to teach you those things, but that's a prerequisite. Again, if you're not familiar with these, watch some YouTube videos and get your hands dirty. Regression, if you can do that, that's good. If you don't, you're going to have a hard time. But I cover those things a little bit, okay? But I want you to have some basic understanding before you come here. And then math basics, which is, high school math about single variable differentiation and integration. Uh, so 고등학교 문과 미적분, right? That's good enough. And then if you are familiar with engineering math, that's super duper, okay? Linear algebra and then the three-dimension, multivariable calculus, that's even better. But high school math is basically what you need. Through this course, you will, I told you about this before. And then target audience, undergraduate students, higher level, and then not necessarily higher level, but the second year as well, right? If you before you forget about the high school math, come here, man. So even the first year you can do it, okay? If you had some engineering math during your high school days, welcome, baby. That's the thing. And then offline lecture, okay? No online, okay? I don't believe in online teaching. I told you about it, okay? Online teaching, for my selfish purpose, for my research, academic research publication purpose, I should encourage more of a online teaching so that I will forget about you. But I'm concerned about your success. Okay. I'm worried about you when you are doing job market interview. I want you to succeed in your interview in face-to-face setting. Okay. So you need to express yourself with the solid understanding of this financial economic concepts and investor psychology concepts. Also, I want you to show and demonstrate what you did in your financial modeling. Okay. Yeah. And wait a minute. Yes. And here, class format. Yes, offline, face-to-face, very, very, very important. And the class hours, Tuesday, Thursday, these hours, 3 to 6 p.m. Textbook. Wow. Here I have an ambitious list of big list of textbooks. I don't encourage you to buy all these things, extremely expensive, but I'm gonna tell you more about it in the offline lecture. But what are those textbooks? First one, Asset Management by Professor Andrew Ang. Okay, not Andrew Kim, but Andrew Ang. Okay, Asset Management, 자산 관리. Okay, this is the Bible. Okay, of asset management. If you want to become a fund manager, you must read it. Okay, and he is one of the best professors in finance of the whole world. Used to teach in Colombia, and then he was poached by BlackRock, the biggest asset manager of the whole world. And then ESG investment and that kind of things. He masterminded over there. And then so this book also, another great thing about this is that he's a clear communicator. He expresses and describes and explains the key concepts of finance with extreme clarity. So I strongly encourage you to read it. Maybe read it aloud, read it aloud, and get yourself, make it to your second nature. This is a great, great book. Okay. Um, and then the second book I encourage you to read is Turan Bali and Robert Engel and Scott Murray, 2016, Empirical Asset Pricing. This is more for graduate studies like PhD or master's level students, right? But for smart undergraduate students, this is great as well. Okay. Um, Goes together, but this, moreover, this book, the second author, Robert Engel, is a Nobel Prize winner. Okay, Nobel Prize winner. And then Scott Murray, he's, familiar with SKKU, and he has been helping us before. He knows about our students. He's a great guy, great guy. And then, so I encourage you to read this book. And then Eckhart Bremer's book, Eckhart Bremer's book about the SAS for financial uh, research is this big, the thin A4 sized book. And this one has been a Bible for empirical researchers in finance academia, finance professors, and then the PhDs in finance working in hedge funds, right? They studied this one. But the thing is, this is SAS-based, SAS, a different language in the coding. How about Python? Well, you can convert this thing into Python using ChatGPT, right? We know that. Everybody knows that. So this is a great material for you. And other reference book, Lassie Peterson's Efficiently Inefficient. The translation version in Korean is also available if you click this. And then Alejandro Lopez Lira, 2024, The Predictive Edge, How to Use ChatGPT and LLM for Finance Research, right, is here. Okay. So, this is a, rising star, Lopez Lira, in the University of Florida, and you're going to enjoy that part a lot. Okay, Simon Beringa and Tal Mofkadi. That's financial modeling. This book, okay, Beringa's book has been, the Bible when we were using Excel only. Okay, thick book. Um, for your own career purpose, it's better for you to familiarize with this one. I'm not going to use this one in this class that much, but it's something for you to refer later on. And books in Korean, 장영광 교수님 and then 정기만 교수님, 엑셀 활용한 투자 관리. This famous book is here. How to use Excel for your financial modeling is here. Okay, very well written. Moreover, the author used to be, okay, a professor in SKKU. He was the senior in my department, a very star guy. Okay, he retired of old age, right? But senior guy, great book. Read it, use it for your modeling. Okay, and then 부자 관상 기술, that's my book to have some understanding about investor psychology. Okay, Pick Chen and Broad Sun. That's how to use AI in your quantitative trading setting over here. Okay, that's a reference book if you are interested. Hands-on AI trading. So go ahead and have some fun. But these are not, I know, you don't need to buy all these books, right? Just a reference book in case you need it, right? And class material and data, I will share some notes on a piecemeal basis in the following Google Drive in the future. And I may also share some data sets in the following link as well. Okay. So make sure you have an account in Google, okay, so that you can share it. Course assessment, midterm proposal 25%, final project 50%, attendance 10%, and then participation 15%. Now, grading distribution is absolute grading. You're not curved, okay? Don't kill your neighbors, okay? Have some fun, make good friends among yourselves. That's the purpose of it. and learn together. Learn together. That's very important. And the midterm proposal, what is that about? I want you to propose your research idea for the final project verbally to me in one-on-one interview with me. Ah, well, bring me about 8 to 10 pages of a report about what you want to do. Tell me why the paper is interesting. Tell me why you think you can do the project based on our research environment, data subscription, and things like that. Well, you will realize, okay, so many great research papers are available, okay, in the conferences and journals. They use a lot of different data sets themselves, but there's a limitation in our school. Every school has limited budget, okay, the money issue. So some researchers in school, Harvard, may subscribe to very, very expensive data, and they were able to implement such research projects, whereas SKKU is not as rich as Harvard yet. So we don't have money. So we don't subscribe to that sexy data yet. The problem is you cannot replicate that project. So we have to be realistic. How can we make it realistic? Talk to me directly face to face. Don't try to keep it secret. Don't shut your mouth. Okay? Open your mouth and say everything to me. Be communicative, open-minded, so that I can give you some feedback. Oh, that's something you can do. Oh, that's something not you cannot do because of the data limitation. We don't have it. Okay. Or technically, some part of it takes longer time. Some research papers accumulated those data used over many, many years of accumulation. You don't have many years. You have just one semester to do it. So in a short while, how much can you do it? Okay. So in that respect, let me figure out what we can do based on those. So proposal, right? Go ahead and tell me about it. And then verbally, okay? And then one-on-one interview with me. Bring me this paper and then tell me why your paper is interesting. Tell me why you think you can do the project based on our research environment, Bloomberg, and then data guide and Word subscription. Okay, so that's something we have to talk. That's a midterm proposal. Think of it as more of a feedback loop, okay? So that you will not make too much mistake at the final project stage, right? Remember, this is absolute grading. Don't freak out. I don't mean that I will give you A plus to 100% of you. No, but it's reasonably challenging. So I'll have to be more selective. But I don't give F to the students unless you show me your middle finger, okay? Don't freak out. Just be courageous and talkative. Okay, that's the thing. And final project 50%. I know you will use GPT and LLM intensively anyway. Now, I think the problem is more about clearly and confidently telling your research ideas and find research ideas and findings verbally. So I will grade you based on your verbal presentation in English. It will be more like a one-on-one interview. No need for perfect pronunciation. I know many Korean students will freak out. Don't freak out, okay? Um, the issue is not about pronunciation. I will wait for you, okay? I will be patient. And then also, I don't speak perfect English either. I speak broken English in my way, okay? And it does not matter. The pronunciation is not important. Okay? Your key idea, economic intuition, is what matters. Just state it clearly about what you do. Okay? Take time. Okay? I'll be patient. Don't worry. I'll wait for you. That's the thing. Okay? And then poor pronunciation is just an excuse. Okay? What do you mean? Um, don't think that you got bad grade because of your poor pronunciation, or I'm not going to punish you because of your bad pronunciation or whatever. Okay? Um, People don't give bad grade based on poor pronunciation. Okay? This is not English pronunciation class. People give bad grades because the idea was bad. Okay? idea, economic idea was bad. But the students who got bad grades, they blame it to external factors that they cannot control, which is their own pronunciation. They always say, complain, I got bad grade because I have bad pronunciation. 교포 발음이 아니라서 망쳤나 봐. 에이, 세상 불공평해. It's like, oh, the world is so unfair, right? That guy over there, he got better grades because he's 교포 발음, like his pronunciation is perfect. No, no. Honestly speaking, no. Okay. Usually I found the genius guys, right? Also, like the very, very smart guys in this profession, in academia, and then also in the professional, in quantitative trading, right? Those guys, Chinese students and Korean students with bad pronunciation still get to the top position. No problem. Why? Because their ideas is solid and they take the time to slowly but clearly talk and communicate. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to take your time to clearly communicate, not about the pronunciation, but clearly communicate your economic thought process. That's the thing. Take time. Be clear. That's it. No, not about pronunciation. Everybody speaks broken English, I told you. But if you have a clear idea about what you do, you will be able to talk in English slowly and still get yourself understood wherever you go. Make it your habit that way. Okay? So that's the thing. It's going to be great challenge and a great learning for you and very fruitful for your career. Your final project is one of the two. Number one, proposing your quantitative trading ideas. If you aspire to work for quant hedge funds in the future, this is your chance. Propose me your trading strategy based on your backtesting results. Depending on your quality, I may be able to serve as an academic advisor when you go for the following international competitions. Number one, Southeastern Hedge Fund competition. I once advised my undergraduate students at GBA to participate in the following competition, and luckily they got finalist award in 2021. You can check out how SKKU undergraduate students did in that year. Number two, Kellogg Morgan Stanley Sustainable Investment Challenge has been open for graduate students, but let's see. Is it open for undergraduate? I don't know. Okay, maybe not. But number three, Toronto Rothman International Trading Competition is also available. So, if you need academic advisor for that, try to ace it over here in this class. B, replicating an academic research paper is an alternative. This is more for the students that are interested in academic career or fields other than trading. I want you to skim through the programs of top academic conferences in finance and accounting over the last 2 years or next year. Then come up with 3 papers that genuinely draw your attention. Never follow your fellows, but be yourself. Never assume that you have to be interested in Korea only. Then tell me what they are as soon as possible in this first month and to narrow down to the one that is feasible for you. Notice we have limited data in our school, okay? Data is expensive. And AFA, WFA, EFA, these are top 3 conferences in finance. So go ahead and read and skim through the titles and abstracts of these papers and see what's going on hot in right now. FIRS, Cavalcade, CAFM. These are another, top conferences where the best professors in the world are, coming and then discussing their state-of-the-art research and getting some feedback and things like that, argue their way out. Okay. So this is the conferences that you want to familiarize yourself. So in case you want to follow academic career, but at the same time, if you want to follow quantitative hedge fund career, this is a great one anyway. Okay. Because the hedge fund guys learn from the top academicians right away, real time. Okay, so familiarize yourself over here. Written report, you want to, back up your argument with some written report when you talk to me. So A4 sized papers, 12 font and double spaced and no limits on pages, but try to be succinct. Strictly follow the style of the Journal of Finance when you write. and then, tables, and then presenting those things. Grab a Journal of Finance paper and then see how it goes. Tables, notes, it should be self-contained with full explanation about what are the variables and empirical models, body text, title, abstract, and introduction, etc. Follow JF style over there. Maybe, for undergraduate students, this may seem like, oh, that's killing me, daunting task. No, it's not that terribly difficult, okay? Don't freak out. I tell you, okay? If you're gonna freak out in front of me and tell me, and I'm going to go together with you step by step. I'm here for you, okay? I am here for you. And then references should be prepared in a separate page. And then coding concern, yeah, this is about the coding, and then presenting it, turn in all your codes and step-by-step instruction about what you did in the following link together with your data. I will follow your instructions and run your codes on my computer. If I cannot get the same result as you reported, you will get significant points off, just to make sure that you did the correct job in your coding. Bloomberg terminal session, I told you before. Um, if you're interested, sign up right away, right now, for the Google survey over here. I give you the link, and then Bloomberg Korea graciously offers our 1 hour session for the terminal the operation, right? The location is over there. Being able to I strongly encourage this because of many reasons. Number one, being able to operate the terminal, Bloomberg terminal, works as a solid signal in your job application for global banking. SKKU has a Bloomberg terminal in the central library, and you may use it for your final project. Number two, the session will be held in together with my graduate students of business administration. And depending on the situation, we might be able to meet meetings with SKKU alumni working in the financial industry at the building, okay, Meet us at headquarter building. There you can ask many career-related questions and get to know with our senior alumni. If you are curious about what happened before, here is the link to the photos I have taken for your reference. So if you look at it, yes, there at one point, my former students graciously came to my students in a cafe and then gave shared his experience in a quantitative hedge fund in that building. And then also, our alumni working in media asset security graciously came and then shared his experience together with my students here in a Chinese restaurant nearby. Also, a couple of higher level the managers of media asset came and then shared his insights about the industry with our students. And also, last semester, we were lucky to visit the tax accounting firm inside that building, HNB. And then there, 신민호 회계사님, he shared his experience with our students like this. And he is our senior alumni, and he listened to our questions from our students and shared his insights. And then the students were freely asking questions in English, by the way. He majored in English, right? He majored in English and delivered his talk both in Korean and English very frequently, fluently. Okay, so don't worry about the language issue here, right? You see our exchange students also joined here and enjoyed together, right? And also Media Assets alumni over here, they all spoke in English and shared their insights together like this. They are all talking in English, right? Like this. So that's why I strongly encourage my students to join this and then take the two classes of mine concurrently. Attendance check, right? 10%, participation 15%. Weekly basis, there will be some key research papers to go together. I want you to volunteer for presenting paper, 15 minutes each at least. I want you to address the following points like this: motivation. Why did the authors start the paper? What is the key research idea? What are the hypotheses they want to test? What is the prediction? Tell me the empirical design and the regression models, key findings, and what did you like most and what did you hate most? And any new research ideas while reading it, and how would you do it differently if you were the author? Okay. This is one challenge that you can do. B, I have a post-it policy. Each time you speak up in class, I give you a piece of post-it, okay? So that I recognize how many times you participated like this. It's not yellow card or red card in soccer. No, this is for reward. I recognize you. Once you receive it in a single class, what do? Write down your name and then the class title, and then give it back to me by the end of the class so that I will accumulate your record. And by the end of the semester, I will have a spectrum of your class participation frequency so that I can give you a grade, okay, based on this, right? If you're too shy, if you shut your mouth up and never speak, unfortunately, you are not going to get a point. But here's what I see. Many students eventually get some points on because over time they get more courageous and realize, oh, I can do it and I can speak. And that's how we do it. Okay. We improve over time. And I see and I look at your improvement over time. That's more important. Also, you can ask some questions through Google Forms in the following link, which may increase your participation grade over here. But I encourage you to do more verbally in class. Please take the courage. Nobody is perfect in English anyway. Weekly class schedule and list of papers to cover will be coming soon, okay? But all in all, okay, it's gonna be more, I mean, roughly speaking, we're gonna do some kind of basic psychological or behavioral finance concept understanding, and then we will familiarize ourselves with the data operation, and then Fama French and momentum, and then long-term reversal, basic quantitative trading skills, ideas. We're going to go through those papers and then talk about what's the key idea. Okay. Largely those, even if you don't go through those original papers, those things are well described in this book very nicely, easy to understand. So you can go through this book and summarize what's going on in that chapter. I will revise this syllabus later on and then share with you. And then we will develop our relevant Python coding or more, GPT-based codings to support this research kind of things as we go down the road. For example, the CEO psychology, self-attribution bias, which is my paper. How do we code that thing? Or aggression potential, looking at their face pictures. How do we code that, right? We can share those things. And then narcissism and big five personality traits and things like that. And then a lot of fun things are there. And then short sellers and price impact. The fun thing about Korean data is that we have the identifiers about what is a short selling volume. In American data, they don't have it, but we have it. Okay. And then microstructure level data, I'm going to share a little bit of it. Okay. So that you can have some taste of that. So that's our ambitious goal in our class. So that's basically it for the introduction of this class. Hope you enjoy it. And then the rest of the summer, stay cool. And then hope to meet you in the semester. Bye bye.